Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Kandypens Rubi. Kandypens Rubi. Dab of the day for something different. The Kandypens Rubi has been in my assortment from the very beginning, when it first came out. The thing that got me about it is it was so easy to use. The cartridge comes either pre-filled, or in my case, I like to fill my own. A little rubber gasket comes off on the side, and I put my own distillate in. This is Gorilla Glue number 4. And then your cartridge simply goes back in. The light goes on once, telling you it's back connected, and it's auto draw. I thought Mrs. Stoner was going to explode the other night when she tried one of these. Don't be fooled by the small size of this vaporizer. This thing hits hard. The pods hit extremely hard. Let's get started with our topic of the day. Today we're going to talk about ways to heal the pain from your past. How many of us out there can say that we don't have pain from the past? Probably all of us do in some way, carry forward painful experiences from the past. Well, if your past still plagues you, it shows up. It shows up in relationship, it shows up in a distorted view of yourself, and frankly, everyday sadness and frustrations. So, we can make it over, actually. You can have a makeover. And it's amazing because from personal experience, I can tell you that my challenging relationship with my parents, okay, that was filled with anger and conflict and disharmony between them, really stayed with me. Well, guess what? There are ways for us to push the past further behind and pull ourselves further ahead. You got to get fed up. That's right. You're probably already gripped by your reactions to past events for many, many years, a long time. So it's going to take focus and intention to engage in the process of moving past and healing. How to keep it going? Well, you got to get fed up. You got to be thoroughly sick of the emotional pain, the discord in your relationships, and the half-life that you're living because of the way you brought your past with you. You've got to vow to see your way to freedom. You've got to give up the victim role. If you're stuck in stories from the past surrounding you, revolving in your brain, you will see yourself as the victim. Here are some clues. Things like this you might be thinking. They shouldn't have. If only it had been different. It was his or her fault. Oh, I've been so damaged by others. You see, this mindset doesn't help us. It really needs replacement with openness, curiosity, and the willingness to see things in a totally new and fresh way. We need to take responsibility for our happiness. We've got to be willing to shed the old identities. An identity is a fixed idea that you think describes who you are. If you've been living in the pain from your past, you might see yourself as somewhat wounded, needy, lacking, or even broken. You might think you're incompetent, or that you need to prove yourself, or that you've always been sad. All of those identities limit you from seeing natural brilliance. It's like you're looking at yourself through a window covered in smudges you can't see through. Be open to shedding those old identities, to clearing away the smudges. See yourself as you are today, not how your conclusions from your past experiences tell you you are. Think about that. Now, you could be out on your own, unchained from your past, no longer needing to figure it all out. You're available to the natural unfolding of the flow of life. You've neutralized the story. If you're stuck in pain about the past, obviously it's repeating what's happened in your mind over and over and taking it to be true. These types of stories don't serve good. I'm here to tell you, take the breath. Find the place of neutral, friendly, aware presence that's beyond the story. Try to lose interest in the way of thinking so you can free your mind and your heart and your spirit. Keep saying no as the storyline starts and it begins to lose power. You become in control. You've learned, and you're going to learn, the intelligent approach to emotions. Well, avoiding is not the right way. Moving towards compulsive behaviors is not the right way either. Instead, let the story of the past go, and you'll finally discover that your emotions live today in your body, in your mind. Find the place of the deepest love and acceptance in you, and allow the physical sensations the space to be. Enjoy it, live it, even in physical pain. Take the spiritual, the mental awareness you have, and as time grabs, you return to meeting what's happening in your body with a different approach. Keep doing that whenever your emotions grab you, because your love of yourself will win every time. When you're caught in reactions from the past, your whole worldview is limited, very inflexible. So when you're not stuck anymore, you've entered the unknown, where anything can happen. But when you feel a familiar reaction arising, stop. Don't know what's going to happen. Don't prejudge it saying, I've been here before, it's a horrible thing. Don't know what you're going to do next. Don't know how to do it in the world, and don't know what you're supposed to feel. Let your mind be a complete blank, open to the sky, and imagine your body free of the tensions and the pain and the stress. Blank slate for a fresh, unfamiliar, spontaneous way of being. See yourself and others with fresh eyes. And be realistic about what healing is and what it isn't. Healing from the pain of the past doesn't mean your memories are erased or you're never going to have difficult feelings ever again. However, it does mean that when they visit you, they are no longer in charge. Those things stop defining you. They no longer direct your actions direct them. When a memory or emotion appears, and it's gonna, don't touch it. Don't feed it with your attention. And it's gonna float on by just like a cloud in the sky. That is real. That is effortless freedom. Any experience can arise, but you can remain stable and undisturbed, free of its influence. Just let it go by. Yes, forget forgiveness. Forgiveness of others may happen, but for now, we need to focus on ourselves. Discover in every moment how attachment to thoughts and feelings makes you unhappy. Then let go for your own well-being. Some of your thoughts may have to do with regret about things you've done. Meet them. They're feelings of guilt and shame. Meet them. You're bigger with them than you are without them. But when you're stuck, you understand you can just let them go in front of you. Move on by. Because when you see through the beliefs that kept you stuck, you will get past the roadblock. Those beliefs only had one purpose in being there. I was wronged. They did it. I need an apology. And it was so bad that I'll never heal from it. Think about those things, okay? Well, you know what? You can identify those things. They're unhelpful things. Then push them aside, watch them go by, and connect with your new true heart's desire for peace. And you will be able to live fully now. The past is gone. And if it's still a problem, the problem is happening now. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can learn to relate differently to what you're doing. That means you don't have to be triggered by the past. The problem is still going to be there. Guess what? You are going to be able to live according to what is true and let go of the rest. Put aside the self-imposed bullshit. You'll be amazed by the potential for happiness and fulfillment that's out there for everyone once we are free from the pain of our past. And I'm here to take volunteers. Line up, please, people who have no pain in their past. There'll be no one. Everyone has something in their past they'd rather forget. This Kandypens prism lets me make an analogy. It's as simple as pod into the battery housing and inhale. That is how simple we need to make our problems. We need to think about them instead of 360 degrees, immersing ourselves into the quicksand, covering ourselves like chocolate melted all over us, like the old Dairy Queen brown bonnet cones, dip tops. Stop doing it to ourselves and enjoy what we've got at hand. In this case, it's a dab with a Kandypens Rubi. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed today's discussion about put it in the past, hit me up, join the family, send a like my way. I respond to all the comments. I also agree that $70 for half a gram, 350 milliliters actually, for these pods is highway robbery. But that's the dispensaries for you. Thanks for joining me today, everybody, and have a great day.